My son, the light has guided you back today as well, and now I ask that you listen with the utmost attention, for my flute has fallen silent so that my voice may reach the core of your being. I have an urgent message to convey, and this wisdom does not belong to those who seek only the fleeting brilliance of the material world. If you do not walk the path of Dharma, if your heart is still chained to the illusions of Maya and you do not seek the supreme truth, you will feel a weight on your garments and will wish to leave. But if you are truly a chosen one, a follower whose love for me has overcome fear, you will remain here. For this encounter was woven by the hands of destiny at the exact moment when your soul cried out for answers. None of this has reached you by chance, for the entire universe has moved so that our essences may intersect now, bringing a clarity that will calm the turbulent waters of your spirit and transform the way you interpret every look and every silence you have received until today. Many of you have walked through this world feeling the weight of strange eyes lingering on your figure, eyes that remain fixed while mouths fall silent in an inexplicable muteness. They stare at you with a curiosity bordering on astonishment, but utter not a single word, leaving you immersed in a sea of doubts and inner questions. At the end of this revelation, you will understand the spiritual reason behind this phenomenon and will finally stop wondering if there is something wrong with you, realizing that the silence of the other is, in fact, a hymn to your own light. Stay with me until the last breath of this message, for I hold a secret that will bring profound serenity to your heart. If these words resonate with your soul, let me know by commenting Hare Krishna or 444 below, declaring to the cosmos that you are under my eternal protection and perfectly aligned with the divine plan I have drawn for your journey. Understand, my dear devotee, that what you experience is not the product of a tired mind or a fertile imagination, but rather the reflection of something sacred placed upon you that mortal eyes cannot see, but which the Atman of every being instantly recognizes. I have placed upon you an invisible mark, a seal of purpose that does not manifest through pride or arrogance, but through a silent mission that alters the vibration of any environment you tread upon. It is like the weight of a sacred mountain that, upon entering a valley, changes the course of the winds and the flow of the waters. You can enter a room without making a sound, without wearing flashy adornments, and yet you will feel faces turning towards you. People don't just look out of aesthetic admiration. They look because the peace you cultivate internally acts as a mirror reflecting the chaos they haven't yet resolved, and your presence disrupts the patterns of noise and falsehood the world is accustomed to, for you bring divine order into the midst of confusion effortlessly. This aura was neither bought nor faked. It was forged by me in the silence of your prayers, in the solitude of your bitterest struggles, and in the pressure of the pain you endured with patience. Long before you open your lips to greet someone, your soul has already finished telling who you are, communicating an integrity and restraint that are rare in this age of distractions. Most people walk through life begging for validation, talking excessively to hide their own insecurity, but you possess the ability to inhabit silence with comfort. And this comfort you find in the face of emptiness creates unbearable tension in those who live fragmented lives, forcing them to observe you while desperately trying to fit your light into some category they can control. Know that you are not loud enough for them to label you foolish, nor weak enough for them to ignore you, and much less familiar enough for them to manipulate you. That is why they observe in silence, for your spirit carries an authority that asks no permission and needs no applause. When someone realizes they cannot read your intentions as easily as they read others, the human instinct is to retreat and watch. This silence you receive is not a form of rejection or disrespect, but rather the involuntary recognition that something in you is eternal and unattainable. Never diminish yourself so that others do not feel inferior, and never dilute the strength I have placed in your hands just so that others can relax in ignorance. If your light disturbs the darkness of others, do not apologize, for the sun's function is to shine, not to hide so that the shadows do not dissipate. Those who hunger for the spirit will be drawn to you like bees to the lotus, while those who flee from their own conscience will continue to face you with the fear of one who sees their own reflection in clear water. And my children, my presence often, it disturbs those who live in the shadows, and it also disturbs when it awakens within you what you were trying to silence. You feel this discomfort because the light that dwells within you is not ordinary. It was not placed within you by chance. This light carries purpose, strength, and truth, and therefore it expands, draws attention, and reveals what many would prefer to keep hidden. You are strong, my child, even though some days you feel tired. You are brave, even when fear tries to whisper to your heart that you are not enough. True strength lies not in never falling, but in rising with greater awareness after each fall. And it is precisely this awareness that leads you to places you never imagined reaching. Not just external places, but higher states of soul, mind, and spirit. Know that many have tried, and will still try to overshadow your life. Not because you are weak, but because your presence reveals what they could not face within themselves. When they try to lead you astray from my path, they do so because they cannot bear to see someone walking with truth, integrity, and courage. Light is unsettling when it exposes illusions, lies, and empty attachments. Don't be afraid of obstacles, for they don't arise to destroy you, but to strengthen you. Each challenge is an invitation to discernment. Each pain is a call to awakening. When the world tries to confuse you, remember who you are. When they try to silence you, listen even more deeply to the voice that vibrates within you. For I am there, guiding your steps. Remain steadfast, even when the path seems lonely. Not everyone will understand your journey. Not everyone will accept your transformation. Still, keep going. Those who walk in truth need not convince anyone. Their own lives become a testament. I guide you on the path of balance, righteousness, and conscious action. Do not let yourself be dominated by anger, nor by sadness, nor by excessive doubt. Act with clarity, speak with wisdom, and keep your heart anchored in that which is eternal. What is true within you can never be extinguished. Trust, my child. The light that dwells within you will not be defeated. The more they try to extinguish it, the more it will learn to shine. And when you fully understand this, nothing will be able to separate you from the path that has been prepared for you. My beloved children, listen to me with a serene heart, for my words do not come to hurt you, but to awaken you. My presence is unsettling because it does not bow to the illusions of the world. It pierces masks, breaks deceptions, and directly touches the truth that lives within you. When you feel restlessness, when you perceive resistance around you, it is not a sign of error, but of growth. The light that awakens never goes unnoticed. Within you lies an ancient strength, shaped long before you understood who you truly are. This strength doesn't shout, but remains firm. It sustains you when everything seems to crumble and propels you forward when fear tries to paralyze you. You carry within you the courage of one born to go beyond the ordinary, and for this reason many feel threatened by your presence, even without understanding why. Don't be surprised when they try to confuse you, diminish you, or lead you astray from the path your heart recognizes as true. This happens because your journey reveals inconsistencies, exposes weaknesses, and breaks down structures based on ego and attachment. Those who live imprisoned by fear try to extinguish the light of others so they don't have to face their own darkness. You are brave, my child, not because you never doubt, but because you continue walking even when doubt arises. You are strong not because of the absence of pain, but because of your ability to traverse it without losing your essence. Every tear you have shed has watered your conscience. Every silence you endured strengthened your inner listening. Many tried to lead you astray by offering easy shortcuts, empty promises, and pleasures that don't fulfill. Others tried to divert you using weariness, loneliness, and feelings of not belonging. But observe, despite everything, something always called you back. That flame that insists on burning is the sign that your soul recognizes the truth, even when your mind falters. The path I lead you on is not one of escape, but of clarity. It is not one of denying the world, but of conscious action within it. Learn to act without imprisoning yourself to the fruits of your actions. Learn to walk without carrying the weight of others' approval. When you understand this, you become free, and freedom frightens those who live chained to their own expectations. Do not revolt against those who try to hurt you. The one who hurts is at war with themselves. Keep your gaze firm, but your heart light. True victory lies not in conquering the other, but in not allowing external chaos to destroy your inner peace. When you act from awareness, Even silence becomes a lesson. There will be times when you feel alone, even surrounded by people. These moments are not abandonment, they are preparation. The silence that envelopes you in these moments is the space where your soul is strengthened, where your vision expands, and where your mission is revealed more clearly. Do not run from this retreat. It is part of your maturation. Move forward even when you are not understood. Not everyone is ready to see what has already been revealed to you. Do not dim your light to fit into places that no longer accommodate you. What is true in you should not be negotiated to please or to belong. Always remember, when they try to extinguish your light, it is because it is already illuminating more than you imagine. When they try to lead you astray, it is because your progress is real. Remain firm, conscious, and awake. I walk with you in every silent step, in every difficult choice, in every act done with truth. Trust the process, my child. What has been planted in you will not be destroyed. The light that dwells within you did not come to hide, but to guide. And the more faithful you are to who you truly are, the clearer the path that opens before you will become. My children, in light of all this, I tell you, be stronger and firmer. Not a strength born of pride or hardness of heart, but one that springs from constancy, awareness, and fidelity to my teachings. True firmness does not shout, does not impose itself, does not wound. It remains, it sustains. It does not bend when the world tries to confuse what is true. Remain in the divine grace that is revealed when you choose to act with righteousness, even when this requires renunciation. Many desire peace, but few accept the process that leads to it. My teachings were not given to please the ego, but to liberate the soul. Therefore, he who decides to follow them, those who undergo profound, silent transformations, often misunderstood by others, are experiencing them. I call you to a spiritual change, my children. Not a superficial change, made only of words or appearances, but a change that begins within, where no one sees, where only truth dwells. This change requires courage to abandon old patterns, detachment from what no longer serves, and humility to recognize that there is still much to learn. Do not fear this transformation. What I am preparing for you is not loss, but expansion. What seems to crumble in your lives is often only what no longer sustains your evolution. When something moves away, when paths close, observe carefully. It may be life opening space for something more aligned with what your soul came to accomplish. Be firm when doubt arises. Be strong when weariness touches your thoughts. There will be days when you will feel like giving up, returning to what was comfortable, even knowing that it was no longer true. On those days, remember, the awakened soul is never satisfied with old illusions. My teachings invite you to conscious action. It is not enough to understand with the mind. It is necessary to live with an awakened heart. Every choice made with truth strengthens the spirit. Every attitude guided by conscience brings you closer to inner freedom. And this freedom does not depend on the world, but on the alignment between what you think, feel, and do. Do not let yourselves be hardened by the pains of the path. Pain did not come to close you off, but to refine you. Learn from it without identifying with suffering. The conscious warrior does not flee from the inner battle, for he knows that it is in it that true victory is won. What I have for you is greater than you imagine. This is not merely about relief or consolation, but about a new state of being. A life lived with more clarity, more presence, and more truth. This spiritual change will make you more attentive, more compassionate, and at the same time, more steadfast in the face of what does not vibrate with truth. Remain on the path, my children. Even when it seems narrow, even when few walk with you. The path of consciousness is never the most crowded, but it is the truest. And he who perseveres on it discovers that he was never alone. Trust. The transformation is already in motion. What seems like confusion today will reveal itself as wisdom tomorrow. What demands strength today will be a source of peace tomorrow. Be faithful to the inner calling, for it is there that my presence manifests itself, guiding you step by step towards what your soul has always sought. My beloved children, in the face of all that you see and feel, I speak to you with depth and truth. Be stronger and more steadfast. Do not allow the noise of the world to weaken what has been sown in your hearts. The strength I ask of you does not come from rigidity, but from constancy. The firmness I invite you to cultivate does not come from imposition, but from alignment with the divine grace that dwells in my teachings. Many of you seek answers outside when they already vibrate within. You chase after signs, words, and confirmations, but ignore the silent call that repeats itself within you. I call you to presence, to awakened consciousness, to a return to essence. For he who reconnects to inner truth is not lost, even when the world seems in chaos. My teachings were not given to you to be merely understood, but lived. They demand discipline of the mind, purity of intention, and courage to act according to truth, even when this requires going against the current. Divine grace manifests when you choose the right path, not out of fear, but out of awareness. Each aligned choice strengthens the spirit and dissolves the illusions that once imprisoned you. What I have for you, my children, is a profound spiritual change, a transformation that doesn't happen overnight, but is built step by step, in the silence of daily decisions. This change requires you to abandon old ways of thinking, acting, and reacting. It requires you to recognize what no longer serves your growth and have the courage to let go. Do not resist transformation. When something in your life begins to fall apart, it is not punishment, it is liberation. What falls was held together by attachment, not by truth. The awakening soul needs space to expand, and this space often only arises when the old dissolves. Be firm when misunderstanding arises. Many will not understand your change, for they are still trapped in their own shadows. Some will try to make you doubt, others will try to pull you back to what you have already overcome. Do not condemn them. Each being walks at the pace that is possible for them. Remain compassionate, but do not allow compassion to turn into self-abandonment. Be strong when weariness touches your thoughts. The spiritual path is not an escape from the world, but learning within it. There will be days of silence, solitude, and profound questioning. These days are not setbacks. They are portals. It is in them that the soul is strengthened, vision deepens, and truth takes root. I teach you to act without attachment to the fruits of your actions. Do not cling to the need for recognition, nor to the fear of failure. He who acts consciously is already victorious, regardless of the external outcome. When you understand this, you free yourselves from anxiety and find peace even amidst battles. The spiritual change I am preparing for you will make you more sensitive to truth and more steadfast in the face of illusion. Your eyes will learn to see beyond appearances. Your hearts, they will become more compassionate, but also more discerning. I will not accept that you confuse love with submission, nor kindness with weakness. True kindness knows how to say no when necessary. Do not harden yourselves in the face of pain, but neither should you identify with it. Pain is a passing teacher, not a home. Learn from it and move forward more consciously. The spiritual warrior does not fight out of hatred, but for clarity. He does not seek to destroy, but to balance. He does not react impulsively, but acts with wisdom. Remain in the grace of my teachings, even when the temptation of the easy path presents itself. The easy path rarely leads to truth. The conscious path demands presence, effort, and inner fidelity, but it leads you to a freedom that the world cannot offer or take away. Trust, my children. What seems confusing today is being reorganized. What demands strength today is building your inner stability. The spiritual change has already begun, even if you cannot see all its contours. I walk with you in every step, in every choice made with truth, in every silence lived with awareness. Be firm, be strong, be faithful to that which awakens your soul. For he who remains on the path of truth never walks alone, and he who aligns himself with divine consciousness transforms not only his own life, but also everything that touches him around him. My children, understand with an open heart. My call is for you who feel lost, without direction and without purpose. For you who wake up many days without understanding why you walk, where you're going, or what meaning remains in your journey. I know the weight you carry in silence, the doubts no one sees, and the weariness you try to hide from the world. Don't be ashamed for feeling this way. Getting lost is often part of the path for those about to find themselves. The emptiness you feel is not absence, it's space being prepared. It's when old certainties fall that the truth can finally reveal itself. I call you because I see beyond your confusion. I see your intact essence, even when everything seems disorganized. I see your dormant strength, your hidden sensitivity, your courage suffocated by the fear of making another mistake. The world has pulled you in many directions, but none of them truly touch your soul. That's why you feel this way. I put you on the right path, even when you don't immediately realize it. Sometimes, I do this by closing doors you insisted on keeping open. Sometimes, I allow the ground to seem unstable so that you may learn to trust not the external world, but the consciousness that grows within you. The right path is not always the most comfortable, but it is always the truest. At the right moment, I will save you, not before it is necessary, nor after it is bearable. Divine time does not move according to the haste of the mind, but according to the maturity of the soul. When you are ready to see, clarity will come. When you are ready to let go, relief will arise. When you are ready to follow, the path will open before you. I bless you when you choose to remain, even when tired. When you decide not to harden, even when wounded. When you continue seeking the truth, even without immediate answers. Each conscious step, however small, is already a blessing in motion. Nothing you have lived through has been in vain. Everything has led you to this point of awakening. Do not think that you are late or that you have failed beyond repair. The soul is not lost in time. Each experience was a lesson. Each fall was a disguised teaching. What weighs you down today is what prepared you to sustain a greater awareness. Trust, my child. I do not call you to judge you, but to align you. I do not call you to punish you, but to remind you who you are. When you accept this call, even with fear, something within you begins to reorganize. The mind quiets, the heart strengthens, and life begins to respond in a different way. Keep going, even without understanding everything now. Keep going with honesty, with presence, and with courage. I am on the path that leads you back to yourself. And he who finds himself inwardly never gets lost again, for he begins to walk guided not by the confusion of the world, but by the truth that awakens within his own being.